Hello and good afternoon on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the month of November, District 121. I am so privileged, humbled, honored, excited, and also a little anxious, like some of you, for this very first opportunity that you have been given and I have been given to be here today. Thank you all for taking the time out to be here on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm hoping that all of you had a good lunch and will probably be picking up a cup of tea, coffee as we go along the way. Uh, Please feel free to pick up your cup of coffee and tea and join in the session, but do not leave the session. This is the District 121 LEAP program, which is Leadership Empowerment and Advancement Program 1.0. It was formerly known as the Leadership Development Program, and we're hoping to make it a flagship program of District 121 Toastmasters International. It's a privilege to have all of you here. Believe me, as the LEAP team, it was a very tough. We had 150 applicants for this program, and it was really, really, really tough narrowing it down to 55. And we're hoping that we are able to do this program more frequently to accommodate more and more leaders for the district, because after all, Toastmasters International is where leaders are made. So give yourselves a huge round of applause uh, for being here as leapers of District 121. It is my honor and privilege, our honor and privilege, to have with us our immediate past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Narayanan. Thank you very much, NM sir, for being here today on this Saturday. I know you're actually in a place where very poor connectivity, but you've still taken the time out to be here to support us and encourage us. Thank you so much for being here. Would you like to say a few words to the leapers?
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha. Good evening to one and all. As distinguished Toastmaster Natasha said, the tagline of Toastmasters International is where leaders are made. We have great speakers. Unfortunately, this world is now suffers from the death of leaders. This is a platform where we can create leaders because we are molding leaders. So my humble request to each and every one of the LEAP participants is make use of this platform. Practice it, because this leadership is just like married life. We cannot learn it through theories alone. We have to practice it. Adversities are the best fertile soil to become great leaders. Take the case of Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, et al. So, my dear LEAP participants, whenever adversity comes on your way, think that that's the best opportunity to become great leaders. Learn the theories, practice it, and become great leaders. And at this juncture, I take the opportunity to congratulate the organizers, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha, and also Toastmaster Rajat for taking this initiative. Wishing you, all the very best. Thank you. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha.
Thank you so much, NM sir. Thank you very much. Could we have a round of applause for those encouraging and motivating words from our immediate past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Narayan? I'm also honored to have with us here in this platform our district leaders, distinguished Toastmaster Mini Mohan, our admin manager. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here, DTM Mini. Also, we have with us our finance manager, Toastmaster Arundhati. Thank you so much, Arundhati, for being here on a Sunday afternoon. And also like to acknowledge and appreciate and be thankful to having my dear friend and the logistics manager of District 121, Toastmaster Pandirajan. Thank you very much, district leaders, and a warm welcome to the district leaders, area directors, and division directors who are here to support and encourages us as we kickstart the LEAP program. LEAP 1.0, it is let's leap together into leadership, learning, and fun. With that, I would like to hand over to my co-chair, Rajat. Rajat, if any of you have been following District 121 pages, you would know he is a super duper creative individual, a dedicated, passionate Toastmaster. He has a fun side to him, which if you follow him on Instagram, you would get to know. I'm giving away some secrets of yours, Rajat. So pleasantly happy and honored to have him as a co-chair for this program. He's a member of two clubs, the Cask Orators Club and the VR Advanced Toastmasters Club. So over to you, with a warm round of applause, over to you, Toastmaster Rajat Santosh.
Thank you for that wonderful, affectionate words, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha. I really feel bad because you got to introduce me, but no one got to introduce you. So let me tell a few words about you before I move on. Distinguished Toastmaster Natasha here is a member of Awesome Toastmasters Club. She is a past division director and also mother to a fur ball. I don't know what's her name.
Maple.
Eh?
Maple.
Maple. She has a wonderful Shih Tzu named Maple, who she spends more time than she could spend more on her family. But that's the case in case of pets. A wonderful human being and someone who has spearheaded Leap 1.0 this year. Thank you so much, Natasha, for being the most supportive chair I could have ever asked for. Good evening, fellow leapers. Everyone, while introducing, said that this is a very good opportunity. Many of you are curious as to how things we will go. As a past area director, this is a training program I wish I had just before the year when I joined as an area director, because this program is going to provide you with all kinds of learnings, not just theoretical learnings like distinguished Toastmaster Narayanan said. If it's a marriage, then you have to experience and you have to learn from it. So you are going to have a wonderful 6-month period LEAP session, the Leadership Empowerment and Advancement Program. I'm really jealous of you guys because I never got to attend this kind of session, but at the same time, really grateful that I am your co-chair for this edition of LEAP. Thank you so much, and I hand it over back to our LEAP chair, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha.
Thank you so much, Rajat. Okay, are we ready to get started? I have been given the honor of leading the LEAP program by none other than someone who I personally look up to in Toastmasters and outside of Toastmasters. I've had the opportunity of learning from him in his own words, servant leader. He is someone who walks the talk with every mission that he undertakes in Toastmasters. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the brainchild behind the LEAP program, and for someone who has given us, who had the trust in both me and Rajat to take this opportunity forward for the District 121. Thank you very much for that. And I would proudly like to call on stage our very dear distinguished Toastmaster, Arjun Sundaraj, the current district director of District 121 Toastmasters International. We have a round of applause. He has been, I would say, he's been hopping Toastmasters from. We had a meme in our group yesterday. He is like the kangaroo of the LEAP group. He has actually been leaping from one Toastmasters event to the second Toastmasters event, and this is the third Toastmaster event. So he is literally breathing, sleeping, eating, talking Toastmasters from maybe 8 a.m. this morning. So let's hear what he has to say as he leaps into the LEAP program. Over to you, DTM Arjun Sundaraj.
Thank you, Natasha, and thank you, Rajat. A quick check, my audio and video are both okay?
Yes, Arjun.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Hello, Leapers. Good evening. Can I have all of you unmute and don't say good evening. Say yay. That is enough.
Yay!
Yay!
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, the biggest question was, what is this LEAP going to do? Why LEAP? Or what are we going to really, do in this entire program? I just wanted to take you back a few years ago. I would say it was in 2016 and 2017, that program year. I just finished my term as the division director, and I got a call from the then district director, and who is currently serving as our international director, Distinguished Toastmaster Pavas Chandra. He was serving our district as the district director. So he said that where we have this flagship program called as Leadership Development Program in District 92. We were a part of District 92 back then. Uh, and he said, we would want you to lead this particular program alongside Distinguished Toastmaster Bhupati. Bhupati is our current region advisor. So Bhupati and I were like super happy that we got this opportunity. As we started to explore what this LEAP program, or rather LDP, could do to a lot of our participants, we started to understand the true impact of what Toastmasters can do to us. Ladies and gentlemen, just to take back a few more minutes, whenever every single member was introducing, most of you, in fact, when you said that I so and so is my name, I'm a part of so and so club, and you mentioned I serve as the club president, I serve as the vice president of education or vice president public relations or VPM, so on and so forth. The biggest word over here, or the most important word over here, is this beautiful word called as serve. That is the first ever leap which you have taken into leadership. So when you have joined this particular initiative, Leadership Empowerment Advancement Program, the intention, the willingness you showed to serve makes all the difference. And that's exactly what I would tell you today as well. And that willingness is what is going to make the difference to not just you, but also the hundreds or thousands of people that you're going to meet through this entire workshop or program. My only request to you is there are many opportunities that we have as a part of this entire module, the workshop itself, the program itself. What Nitasha and Rajat have come up with is something that's beautiful. It's something that we could not even think about in our regular club meetings or whenever we took our district officer roles. And that is exactly what is there in front of you today. You will know what it is as we take step by step forward. So keep an open mind, an open heart, and that willingness to serve always and always through the entire workshop, entire program. And I'm very sure that you will be a beautiful person than what you were today. So thank you so much for volunteering to take up this particular opportunity that we have for you. And I would like to extend my welcome to every single one of you sitting over here in this meeting. It's a great, great, great Sunday. And like Natasha said, yes, we've been hopping from one meeting to the other, but definitely this is one meeting that truly is going to make a difference to this particular day for us and for many of the district officers that have joined today. I would also quickly like to take a moment and recognize the presence of our past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Vanita, who also had a training this morning in our district officer training program. And yet she also volunteered to serve as a trainer today in this LEAP program as well. Thank you so much, Vanita, for joining us. And thank you for sharing everything that I'm not going to disclose, of course, everything that you're going to share during the workshop today. And of course, our immediate past district director, we have our very own Narayanan. I think he's someone who's been like a foundation for us for District 121 this year to help us in every single way. And all the district officers who have joined, taken time out, and then joined us, thank you so much. And with that, I will give it back to Nitasha to take this entire workshop forward. Like we always say, let's leap forward. Back to you, Nitasha.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Arjun Sundaraj, and a very warm welcome to our past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Vanita Rangarajan. Thank you so much for joining us here. An honor and privilege to have you with us here. All right, so like everybody's been talking about, what is the LEAP program? It is like the first day of school. It's a mix of anxiety. It's a mix. Can we not have the spotlight? I want to see everyone. Oh, thank you. We like, what is this? What's it about? And that's the exact feeling that I had when Arjun told me and Rajat that let's let's introduce this LEAP. Let's do this leadership boot camp here at District 121. So while Arjun says that Rajat and I are the one who conceived this, we could not have done it without the mentorship and the guidance of our district director. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to give a quick rundown on what is to come in this LEAP program in the next couple of months and weeks. Today we are kickstarting. Today is our first session. Before that, I just wanted if Rajat can please help me by taking a screenshot of the attendance. We will be taking attendance. We'll really appreciate if you could stay on till the end of the program, tentatively scheduled to end by 7 p.m. We'll take attendance at 3 intervals, one in the beginning of the program, which is now, and one midway, and one at the end of the program. So that's our way, and I'm hoping that we're all there from now until the end of the program. I also am very happy and privileged to acknowledge the presence of our club growth director, distinguished Toastmaster Gokul Menon, again taking time off from a personal commitment to be here to support us. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Gokul, for being here this afternoon. Rajat, give me a thumbs up when we're done with the
screenshots.
Yes, please.
That I'm taking in between.
Oh, you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
doing it.
Okay, super. All right. So LEAP 1.0, the Leadership Empowerment and Advancement Program, as you all probably have read in the various posts that we've been sending out, is a 6-month online program which is designed to empower, equip individuals, the leapers of this program, with leadership skills like the DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Narayanan mentioned. Leadership, this is Toastmasters International, a platform where leaders are made. And here we'll be working together with you with the help of district leaders and accomplished Toastmasters within the district and outside from the district to help build essential leaderships which will help you not only in your personal and professional endeavors, also in your Toastmasters leadership journey. How are we going to do this? Like I've mentioned, it's a 6-month program scheduled to run from the month of November to the end of April. We will be having a series of workshops and seminars, which will really be, engaging sessions led by experienced facilitators, resource persons, talking about various aspects of leadership, communication, strategizing, visualizing success. And these facilitators and resource people are from the Toastmasters community. We will also bring in leaders and accomplished leaders from outside of Toastmasters. We will have these seminars or workshops at regular intervals. This is not going to be a every week program. At regular intervals of about 4 to 6 weeks each. The detailed calendar for the program will be sent out to you shortly. We are still in talks with the resource people to kind of work around their dates. And most of the seminars, workshops will be on a Sunday, like I said, at intervals of 4 to 6 weeks, covering various aspects of leadership. We will also have all the participants work on real world projects. By participants, I mean the leapers here, work on real world projects individually and one big project which would be in teams to help you to apply and reinforce these concepts that you learn in the workshops. We will be introducing our biggest and one of the projects which is going to run for the entire duration of the program. We will be introducing that project today towards the third session of this meeting. During this journey, don't worry, like in Toastmasters, you are never left alone. Each of you, we always have a mentor to show us the way, to guide us, and to facilitate our learning. We will be having mentors, again, accomplished Toastmasters from the fraternity to provide guidance, encouragement, and feedback throughout the program. Of course, a lot of us here said today that we're here to meet new people and make friends. What better platform for networking than LEAP 1.0? Besides that, a quick The various aspects of leadership that we are looking to talk about is team building, collaboration, personal development, networking, career building, thought leadership. We're also looking at projects like I said, we are introducing the main program today, which is the Club Incubation Program, which will be introduced to you shortly by the Club Growth Directors team. Also, opportunities for you to learn various aspects of district and club leadership, skills that will help you within the Toastmasters world and outside of the Toastmasters world. With that, that's a brief rundown of what is the way ahead in the next couple of months. We will open the floor for questions at the end of the session. And with that, I would like to now call upon someone who is our first resource person. Such an honor to have her here with us today. And like distinguished Toastmaster Arjun mentioned, she has also been dedicating her time to Toastmasters since this morning. And it's a privilege and honor to have her here with us today. She is the past district director. She is an individual who has played all 7 roles in the XCOM. She is an accomplished Toastmaster and eloquent speaker. But for me personally, she is my personal LEAP teacher. I have had the privilege of learning from her, in her leadership, and it is only because of her that I actually signed up to be an area director. And believe me, that the learning that I had from her was huge. A great friend, a master mentor, a mentor to many, a guiding light for District 121. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome on the virtual stage with a thunderous round of applause distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha Rangarajan to lead the session today on getting started with leadership. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha. I almost didn't need my ginger tea. Just almost. That introduction somehow made up for it. Thank you again, and super excited to see the leapers of District 121's flagship program of building leaders within our community. Now, first things first, I want to say hello to a few people, and you will understand why. My district members of the district trio, I can see distinguished Toastmaster Arjun, I can see Savita. I'm going to take a minute and say hi to my most favorite Toastmaster in District 121, which is distinguished Toastmaster Narayanan. And then there are our LEAP chairs. I'm seeing Natasha, I'm seeing Rajat. You getting the idea, right? Okay, so now let me go with the rest of the folks that I can see on screen. Bika, hi, Bhagya, Usha, Sepatini, Jerin, Ramya, Meena, Amir, Sri Vaishnavi, Vishwanath, Sri Kanta, Gautam, Sukanya, Akriti, Pradeep, Gurunath, Mike, Nishan, Jebin. Okay, we're getting the drift. Please turn your cameras on. Otherwise, how am I going to even see how different this is from a regular Teams meeting that you are? I still have some more names. Some of you have graciously decided, okay, let me just give what she wants. Let me just turn that camera on. So saying hello to Anand. I think that's Anand from PMI. Good to see you here, Anand. Akil, Shivdeep, Gracian, Deep, Pradyumna, Meenakshi. All right. First of all, super excited to see so many of us sign up for a leadership program that is being hosted by District 121. Now, I want to take you to the time that I joined Toastmasters. Might have a similar story like you did, but just hear me out and humor me. There was this time when I was working at Oracle, and there was a club president of that particular club that was there in Oracle, who constantly would come to my place every Thursday, show up 10 minutes before the meeting started and said, Vanitha, just come and attend that Toastmasters meeting. I would always show him my calendar and say, see, I have something in 20 minutes. I have something in 30 minutes. Hey, I won't be able to come now. I'm leaving early. Some excuse or the other. And I would nicely send him away. And one day I decided I don't want this dude anywhere near me next Thursday. So let me just go and show up to a Toastmaster meeting. How many of you here in the audience is able to relate to just this much? Somebody pushed you to join Toastmasters. Somebody said, just come along. There'll be free samosa. Come along. There'll be something else. Like just whatever be the reason. Give me an emoticon if that works, or if the chat is open for everyone, which I really hope it will be. Put it on the chat if you join Toastmasters because someone pushed you to do it. Okay. Anyway, that was my story. So I go into the meeting, and just like every other last bencher in school or college, I was sitting in the last bench at the door, waiting to leave the first ever minute that they said, okay, now we can disperse or something. And somebody did tell me the club usually goes out to the cafeteria and has samosa. So I knew no matter what is there, there's going to be tea and then there's going to be samosa. I was pretty much signed up for it. At the meeting, I noticed a couple of things. I noticed that just random people, not at all connected to each other, different departments from Oracle, but they were all coming in together. They were high-fiving each other, like how you would just show up at like college during a lunch hour. And they were so friendly with each other. And then I was thinking, okay, so this seems like a little unique, because in a team meeting, you know how it is, right? Like you come in here, you don't even make eye contact with anybody in your team. You just come there and sit down. And if you are a Toastmaster for a while, you start counting the ahs and ums that your manager uses while they speak. You get the drift, how you are at a regular Toastmaster team meeting. So here I'm seeing a lot of people completely different. And then a unique set of people caught my attention. Now, these were people who I would now want to call first benchers. Super enthusiastic, super excited first benchers in that Toastmaster meeting. And all they would do is encourage the people that came up to speak. They would say, oh, very well done. And then there were people who were struggling to speak 30 seconds. And, you know, like even 7 seconds in front of an audience will seem like eternity for you. You get the drift, right? You've been there, done that, or seen this somewhere at some point. So these first benchers are ridiculously positive. It's annoying to see, how are you so encouraging? Why are you even doing this? I'm not even related to you. You have no idea who I am. And at the end of the meeting, everybody just goes their way. But what are these first benchers doing? I was very impressed with the format of what I saw that day. Apparently something called as table topics. They kind of tricked me into believing I was a very good table topic speaker, only to realize that any guest who comes in, they give you that much motivation. Been there, done that so far. Everyone's able to relate to that story. And then we come in, and then I found myself the next Thursday rearranging things on my calendar to be able to go to attend that Toastmaster meeting. Something worked for me. Later, I found out that those first benchers that we were talking about, they were called club officers of that Oracle's IBC Titans Toastmasters Club. And then I realized, I went around and I asked this president, who went on to becoming district director of District 41, serving Northeast Asia, Bhutan, and many other countries. I went and I asked him, who are these enthusiastic folks? Like, really, what's the connection? So do club officers get paid? Are they different from the members? Does our membership money get routed to club officers? Have you been there, done that? Like, suddenly you're doing so much work for the club and you're always questioning, why am I doing this free? How is this that this is also a volunteering role? Have you asked, if you have not asked a president that question or an area director, at least asked yourself, sat down and thought, this is just, I could get paid for doing this thing. How many of you have thought that at least once doing things in Toastmasters? Okay, I'm seeing a good number of you able to react to this. And that's exactly what brings me to the next thing. So what I saw in that with the front benchers is what got me to come to a meeting without even being asked to. So by the way, the meeting request was just so that I would come and promote Toastmasters to the organization. The president did not force me to join. And so few weeks later, after showing up sheepishly and realizing that he just wanted me to promote Toastmasters to the rest of the org, I went and I asked details about how to sign up. And I was so regular from October to December that year that the incoming president said, anyway, you come for all our meetings, you become what is called as club secretary. And so there I started my first ever club leader journey with Toastmasters. I was that regular. And I know that I have a couple of people who are from my club, and you will know I'm just as regular to my Toastmaster club meetings ever since then. No matter what be the role that I take in district leadership or otherwise, my club meetings are everything. That's where the fun happens. That's where home is in Toastmasters. And so staying connected to the ground level, the club level, has been one of the important reasons why I've stayed in Toastmasters this long. All right, so give me a reaction or maybe something on the Zoom chat, because I'm not able to see too much of your reactions. Give me a 111 if you're able to relate to this story in some way or the other. You were pushed, you saw a set of people who were really encouraging of people right now, and you are encouraging, random strangers use Toastmasters to become a better version of themselves. Put it on chat for me. Give me some number if you are somebody who can relate to what I just talked to you about. Half, Pradyumna. Okay, that's a good start. Anybody else with a slightly more generous number? Okay, fantastic. Now I want to ask you of one question. Now, let's just say, think of the time that you joined Toastmasters. How many of you have not even renewed once, which means you are just so new in the system that you have not renewed once? I'm assuming that everyone who's here has done maybe one club officer role. If there's someone who's not at all done a club officer role but has been a member for a bit, I'd like for you to unmute and say hi to me. Mike?
Hey. Hi. So, Vanita, nice. Can you hear me?
Okay, Mike, can you tell me how long have you been in Toastmasters? And
yeah, it must be just a few months, I think, maybe 3 or 4 months.
Right? Excellent.
Losing,
Officer role yet?
Anita, there's a lag in your audio.
Yeah, I'm not able to hear very well from the other side. I'm not sure.
Internet choppy.
Yeah, the internet is a little choppy.
That's weird.
Yeah,
okay,
now
let me just.
There are times when it kind of just stalls. Like you're frozen right now, right?
Yeah, I think.
Let's give her a few seconds to settle that down.
Sure. She's probably looking for a better connection. She's dropped out.
All right, that was awkward. It seems like I am Murphy's favorite child this afternoon. So let me ask one important question here. Now, I'm assuming that a good number of us have at least renewed once. I was talking to Mike and finding out that he was a few months old in Toastmasters, yet to make his first step in club leadership. Is that correct, Mike? Did I get a good summary of what you had mentioned?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Is there someone else? I heard a female voice chipping in right after Mike. Is there somebody else who wanted to talk to me about how they've not taken up club leadership yet?
Hi, it's been 1 month for me. to join the Toastmaster Club. I just enrolled my name here and I got selected. I was so shocked actually. After that, I asked my seniors about this and they told, don't be shocked and you go and attend the meeting. And this is my first meeting actually.
Okay, this is everyone's first meeting, and that is so cute. Welcome to L.E.A.P and congratulations on being selected. All right, so one of the things that I wanted you to share, and this is where you touch your phones actually. Yes, yes, yes. Are you hearing it right? What is this presenter who wants you to use your phone? I want you to do a small bit of an exercise. Actually, maybe more around. We'll take like 2 minutes to do this. I want you to think of the time that you felt appreciated or recognized in Toastmasters. It could have been something that a club president told you, somebody congratulating you, an event that you organized or were a part of, a speech that you got best speaker. I'm just giving you random examples, you get the drift. And if you were here enough to win awards, education awards, and the time that you filed it, now here's the quick thing. You're going to use your L.E.A.P group, a WhatsApp group that you were all a part of, and you are going to be putting your current selfies along with that one thing that you can show off, which made you happy. Now, if you don't have something to show off, then just put your selfie and then write about the time that you what was that one wow moment for you from? Will that be clear? Is that clear? Now's the time you touch your phones and do not check WhatsApp, Instagram. If I see anyone green on Instagram, I know who you are. All right. So just quickly use your phone, move around the place in case you are going to be moving around. If you have something that you cherish that's on your desktop, just put that on the group. Rajit and Natasha will do a nice consolidation all evening long. But let's start with right now. We want to hear some of the things that you put in. Rajit, help me by sharing. Rajit and Natasha, take turns and help me by sharing what's been put on the group. Who said what about it as and when it's coming on the group. By now, we should have moved something. Arjun, no problem. He just has to turn back and take a screenshot of that entire wall behind him. I'm guessing I'm not able to see too many on video, which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we will know with the responses that we are getting.
Okay, Tanuja's has come in. Tanuja, a selfie also.
Okay, but what has Tanuja talked about as her most
Her first
favorite?
award as the best role taker.
Oh,
Malta,
fantastic.
you want me to share whatever they post on the group?
Just like this, just like how Natasha mentioned, just put in, say, tell me what they have.
Okay.
Very
Mike,
quickly, while we are getting the others to do this activity, that's all.
Mike posted about his first appreciation for his icebreaker speech. Dilip
Nice.
posted about his ISC runner-up in 2022.
Okay.
Meena posted about when members shared a personal message to me, they saw their best self at workplace, like speaking up in team outings, interviews, etc.
Excellent.
Okay, someone is typing.
She's a club leader.
Come on, I'm expecting 55 responses and some enthusiastic responses from the top 8 as well.
Okay, Tanuja posted a selfie now because of her award. Shivdeep, when he led his club to a club president's distinguished award in 21-22.
Oh, that's fantastic, Shivdeep.
There is this person, I don't know his names. His name is not visible. So I joined as a member in April at Cormancada, started coming early, setting up place to do it. I got recognized for the same by the president and got a badge as an associate SAA.
That should be Sukanya.
That's
Second,
Sukanya.
Okay.
Aisha posted about ISC runner-up award. Natasha is posted about her distinguished award. Distinguished award, yes.
No.
He
No.
posted about.
What, Rajat? You're looking at a wrong picture.
This is.
Anyway, go ahead.
And Ruhi posted about winning Toastmaster of the term. Then Bikash posted about best speaker and the flag for best speaker.
Okay.
About most improved speaker for my icebreaker in 2012. Okay. Srivanshi has posted about her best outgoing officer for VPE award. Akriti posted about second runner-up in district level table topics contest in 2022. Ridhima posted that she is proud of all her achievements. She has posted a, oh my God, I can't.
A
Yes.
shelf full of at least 20
Yeah, shelf full of
awards.
all.
And Hariraj has very cutely sent me his distinguished Toastmaster plaque. Personally, hi Hariraj, congratulations on the DTA.
Has posted about her being the president, a poster of her being the president installation ceremony. Bhagya posted about Hall of Fame for her club.
Shivdeep,
Okay.
we missed
About the
Shivdeep.
first appreciation.
Rajat, we missed Shivdeep. First pathway pin.
Shivdeep had already posted about leading his club to president's distinction.
President distinguished. I heard that.
Subha posted about her first appreciation for her icebreaker speech. Then I think this is Pradeep. There's so many flags: best speaker, best table topic speaker, best assistant role player, best table topic speaker, best speaker awards.
And best president also he's going to get very shortly. Is that Pradeep from Nagarbavi?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
She has posted a picture of with her daughter, I believe, captioned "My Princess." Siddharth is each time TMOD introduces me before he's called on the stage. Shabdita posted about feeling appreciated and special every time she joins a Toastmaster meeting or event.
Fantastic.
Then I believe, I think Srikanta, he posted about, I think, I don't know what this means. Gautam Ramachandra, Best Speaker Award. Then Jebin Abraham, third place in poster making contest. I remember that because I got the second place at that contest.
Okay, I like the nice PR that just got pitched in, self-promotions. All right, quickly, I know that there will be a lot more responses. You probably are just heading back to your seats, but just so that I finish this on time.
I want to show off one thing which I received from you, Vanita, the core value coin which I received 2 years ago for Division K Superstar Award, which Vinita and I got during the division contest.
Happy tears, and look at you how you are serving district many years after that. Thank you so much. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to highlight, am I just spotlighted? Could somebody take the spotlight off me? It's just more comfortable if, yes, fantastic. All right, so one of the things that I want to highlight to you, by now, all of us know that there are some 4 core values in Toastmasters. How many of you are hearing this for the first time? Your core values are, they didn't even take that in the beginning of the session. What is this? I didn't sign up for this. Anybody like that? Use chat, or just a couple of you just unmute and tell me one core value coin, which means core value, which means I'm going to ask 4 different people. Anybody wants to volunteer to just talk about what you think is, yep, okay, Pradeep?
Integrity.
All right, fantastic. I like the order in which you brought that. I'm going to take service from Shubha. 2 more.
Respect.
Ramya said respect.
Excellence.
And that was from?
Shiny.
All right, fantastic. So integrity, respect, integrity, service, excellence, RICE, just so you can remember this really well. Okay, Rajat, you have to stop showing off. All right.
Core values, okay.
Okay. If I were to tell you that we could actually add another core value to Toastmasters International, it would have to be appreciation. It would have to be gratitude. It would have to be recognition, or one word that can summarize all of that. Because literally, we join Toastmasters for different reasons. We join to become confident speakers, established, leaders. We join Toastmasters to shy away from things that are very uncomfortable for us, to get rid of our shyness, to build confidence, whatever be it that we join Toastmasters. We stay in Toastmasters because someone somewhere saw something in us. Someone took the time to recognize us. Someone took the time to tell us that we were way different from the rest of us, or that we were special, or that we were amazing at whatever we were doing at Toastmasters. Agree or not? Give me a heart symbol, a Zoom emoticon if you feel that you have been recognized or appreciated or felt relevant at Toastmasters. You probably get that at work as well, but definitely more here. And that might be the single reason why you'll find a lot of us coming back to the club. Today, I want to highlight to you that being chosen to be a part of District 121's LEAP, first ever initiative of LEAP, is one other way that the district recognizes the potential in you. There were more than 160 registrations. 55 of you have been selected because the district director, along with the trio and the LEAP chairs, saw something in you. And that for me is just privilege. We already have been doing something right at our club level, that the district has taken the time, notice of what we have been doing, and somewhere we feel that getting along with more of district activities, we could see that quality in you that you joined Toastmasters for. I often wonder, we are stepping into the 100th year of Toastmasters. How bold is this organization that you can very confidently put a tagline saying, here's where leaders are made? I mean, I joined Toastmasters for a completely different reason, and yet going through the Pathways program, delivering my speeches, giving evaluations, tracking time, crutch words, looking at how my vocabulary could have improved, all of these, how is this even adding up? And how can an organization promote that if you walked into the doors of a Toastmaster Club meeting, virtually or in person, it's a sure guarantee that there will be leadership qualities in you that has been enhanced, even tapped, or even discovered for the very first time. It has always gotten me thinking, how do we do that as an organization? And so the next activity that I want to, have with all of you, and for this you have to use chat. So no matter how uncomfortable you are, I want you to tell me, actually think of this one person that you look up to as a leader. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I had a word cloud for that. Just give me 1 minute for this. Okay. So think of that one person. It could be in your profession. It could be in your organization. It's somebody that you grew up with, someone you met at Toastmasters, anybody at all. Think of one quality that they have that makes you feel awe about them. What that quality is, I want you to put it on chat. Don't write sentences, no essay writing competition for sure. Just write qualities that make that person stand out in your eyes as a leader. And that quality could just be anything. You could look up to them for various reasons. Think of that person. That person I might not know, the rest of us might not know, which is why I'm saying choose anyone that you have. And we're having, is Shiny Jacob the Shiny Jacob from District 105? Long shot here.
Yes, District 121.
Fantastic. Welcome to District 121. All right. Okay. I'm going back. I'm sorry, I got carried away with seeing a familiar name here. I'm seeing a lot of fantastic responses. So clearly you have somebody in mind. That's a great thing. So you already have a leader that you're looking up to. And the things that we are seeing about them is, I love the first thing that we started, teamwork. We're talking about speaking confidently before public, gratitude, persistence, concern, confidence, positivity, compassion, steep learning curve to serve, and service attitude, never give up, empowering. This is literally 66 words that I'm going to be calling out. So keep them coming if you have not put in words yet. Integrity, holding high standards for themselves and their team, empowering, voice and language. Oh, wow. Okay. Consistency, clarity in thought, grace, leading by example, confidence, punctual, confidence, compassion, respect for the team, impromptu speaking skills. Like, you should be wondering, why is this person being invited if she's anyway going to use all our answers? I promise you, I have a good reason why I asked you this. So hang in there while I'm calling out the others. Very approachable, humble, confidence, understanding that leadership is taking care of people. Oh, I know how Hariraj has taken care of all of us around. So definitely vouch for that. Grounded, excellent. Compassion, approachable, appreciative, leading by example, being a friend. Wow. Empathy, ethical, somebody who acts immediately. And I'm going to tell you that in the next 25 minutes, I've already seen Arjun showing the timer card. In the next 25 minutes, or let me even give you like another hour, I promise you we will come back with 100 more qualities that we think that makes a person, step away from, like, how different they are from the rest by some qualities. You get the idea, right? There is no one thing that defines what a great leader is, and that is going to keep coming. But now here's the thing that I want to challenge all of you about. Whoever is this figure that you had in your mind, all right? I can give you one guarantee. Aisha, a little late to the party, but I'm glad you're catching up. Steadfastness, that's a great quality to have. One of the things that I will guarantee you, no matter whom you thought about in this, is that they will have one quality for sure. Now, a lot of times we have seen leaders who are in just, adding to what Pradyumna just mentioned. Humor is not necessarily a trait. You know what I mean? I could come across as a great leader and still not have a single funny bone. That's valid too. I've seen a lot of these leaders not being able to speak very well, but they can listen very effectively. I've seen a lot of leaders who don't come across as empathetic, but would still do things in a way that puts your growth ahead of them. So there are lots of kinds of leaders, and not all qualities necessarily have to tick the box. If you see this one particular one, you could still find a leader who doesn't check into one of these qualities that we talked about. Now, I want to be bold and tell you that everything that we do in Toastmasters has one specific quality. That quality and that skill, if I would call it that, I wouldn't call it a quality. That skill is what gets honed in a not-for-profit organization. Remember, the last time I checked, everyone's still volunteering. No one's getting paid at the club level, definitely not at the district level, definitely not at the region level. No one's getting paid. So it's all the way volunteering. But there's this one quality that everything that we do in Toastmasters enables you to do. And by doing that quality, doing that, of building on that particular skill, you are sure to become a leader. Now, that quality is what I call having a bias to action. The doers, the people who get things done, having a bias to action. Now go back to this person that you have, your mentor figure, the person that you thought about when I said, think of a great leader and tell me that quality. And now ask yourself, is that person someone who does work, is accountable, has got things done, even when they're not in the front line? They've still been at the, behind the scenes and has gotten work done. Is this person responsible for get things going? Does this person have a bias for action? 99% of the times, the answer is yes. A person that has a bias for action is sure shot on their way to becoming a great leader, whether or not they have qualities of anything else. You could be a crappy speaker, but if you are someone that has a bias to action, you will learn how to get that work done. And that, in my opinion, is how Toastmasters works, is how we are very confident. Name any project that you do, irrespective of the 11 parts in anything that you have chosen. Everything that you do in Toastmasters is a doing something and then coming and talking about it. Is that correct? Have you been able to look at your projects and see how you'll be doing something and then come and tell the difficulties or the challenges or talk about something that you did earlier? Everything is a doing project in Toastmasters. Pathways is a doing platform. And that for me is how we are able to not just run our clubs, but the areas, the divisions, districts, and the entire world operations of Toastmasters International, because we have a bias for action. Now, this bias for action is your stepping stone to leadership. Now, if you thought that this LEAP program is somewhere where I can just come, get like really, I wore like makeup and all. I'm not sure if it's visible on the Zoom screen, but just get ready and come here, smile at a lot of people, network, meet the who's who of District 121. And next year, Pakka 100% I will get AD because I showed up for all my LEAP sessions. I will get a district officer role. I will be, excellent in the eyes of district leadership. You are wrong. Now, what is really happening to you is that right now you're under the microscope. You have offered yourself by volunteering for LEAP. You have allowed us to look at you keenly. Now we are going to observe if you have what it takes to be a leader. Now, in the next couple of months that you are serving as a leaper in District 121, you will find yourself being given opportunities that you think that you might otherwise not get when you are at a club level. Let me give you a couple of examples. If you can remember what Nitasha had talked about in her opening about what to expect in LEAP, she talked to us about a club incubation program. You would probably become volunteers when we introduce Toastmasters to a brand new club. We might be going for what is called as a demonstration meeting somewhere. Now, we are all a part of existing clubs, but there could be places where they don't have Toastmasters, and we are going to go and introduce Toastmasters to a bunch of complete strangers who will then sign up and form a new club and be a part of District 121 families. You're going to be seeing that happening. We are going to be needing extra pair of hands to run district events. You could talk about the COTPs. We could have club incubation, which is basically going in and making a small or a weak club become stronger, not just by membership, but also by meeting quality. There are a lot of things that will present itself as opportunities. Every single time there is a ping on your LEAP group about some place, somewhere, someone needing attention, think of it as an opportunity to display bias for action. How can I do things within Toastmasters to practice here? Because, you are not going to get paid no matter how excellent you do this. But having that bias to action, crushing goals, making sure that you come through difficult situations within Toastmasters is literally preparing you for the real battlefield. Think of it like the trials place. A place where you can come here, make mistakes, the practice ground. Because when we go out there, it's going to help us through this leadership program to become better versions of us and have that bias to action. A lot of times we would have that opportunity that irrespective of how it is within Toastmasters, how is this relevant for me outside Toastmasters? I'm only a student. How is this protecting a club, saving a club from scratch, or being a part of a demonstration meeting, having a big picture idea, sort of a thing? How is that going to help me professionally? Because I'm a student, I'm already an established project manager. I am someone who does not speak at all because I'm a coding guy. It could just be anything. But you will realize no matter what you do in Toastmasters, if you're able to find the relevance of what you do in Toastmasters and map it to what you do outside of Toastmasters, the LEAP program will take you not just one step forward or two steps forward, but a 10-step forward possibility when you put in that effort. Get your hands dirty, get yourselves busy. Now, another very awkward visual image that I want you to have in mind. Now, think of, you would be familiar with the goddess Durga. I don't know why I said goddess, because I don't know of anybody else with that many hands. Imagine goddess Durga, only with like a slightly weird combination of having Arjun's face on it, Savita's face on it, and Gokul's face on it. Come on, get the picture. Like, can you imagine goddess Durga? And suddenly you are, and behind this trio, there's like a whole, a team of district executive committee, your district officers, area directors, the division directors, members of the top 8 that you will be working with. And suddenly you will find yourselves that this goddess Durga's hands, the 10 hands that has different weapons, is actually you. You are the ones that are going to crush this in the next few months of the program year. That was a very weird image, right? Honestly, you're putting, and how many of you thought of Arjun in that goddess Durga's image, right? If somebody were to make memes out of it, Rajat, I know what you're thinking. So imagine you have that, and suddenly you are those powerful hands. What we are asking of members of the LEAP program, the 55 chosen ones of you, is to take that extra effort. Step outside of your comfort zones, your clubs, where you are already comfortable, where you feel established, where you feel that I know what I'm doing and I got this. Step out and see how you can serve District 121. There will be ample opportunities for you that gets presented by Distinguished Toastmaster Nitasha and Toastmaster Rajat, who will make sure that along with the district trio, they give you various opportunities to be a part of initiatives that we take in the district, clubs that require help, your expertise and how it will turn on them. And during this course of journey, you will realize that when you come out of the LEAP program, there will be a version of a leader in you that you thought, oh my God, really? Is this me? Is this really even me? Did I even think that this could happen? And that will be the transformational change. But for that to happen, I have to get a commitment from all 55 of you. And that will be getting your hands dirty. No sitting pretty in a Zoom meeting and saying, I don't have time, because you will have to make the time. Nobody here has the time, but you only will be able to make the time for the things that you think is important. So figure out that one thing that you can spend your time, allocate time, volunteer, and come out strongly at the end of the assignment. And remember, everything will be hard. Everything will be hard. There is no beginner, medium level, advanced level. You are already advanced. We chose you because we know that you're capable of advanced. And try and get your hands dirty. In the process, at the end of the leadership journey, I want you to make one other promise to me. A lot of this is going to be happening online. I want you to make one friend out of the LEAP program. The more, the merrier, okay? So if you're capable of making more friends, then good enough for you. But make that attempt to know one person outside of your club, preferably outside of your geography itself, so much that if I were in Bangalore and then this person from LEAP that I found out is so close to me, I should be able to go to, say, if that person was in Kochi. The next time I go to Kochi, that's the person that I will be staying with for any of my. Make that friendship so close at the end of this journey, because you will be seeing these faces in the upcoming years in district leadership. So the more the friends that you can make through this program, think of it as access to like-minded people that the District 121 is giving you. Opportunities to struggle, strive, and come out stronger, just so that you, along with Toastmasters at District 121, can do better. Give more, get more to get out of Toastmasters. Thank you, everyone. I happen to see Arjun's red card, which gives me 5 minutes for taking questions. Are we good on time? Nitasha, Rajat, would you give me indication?
Yeah, sure.
That 5 or I think 10 minutes for
10
questions.
minutes. I think we have 10 minutes for question answers.
Okay, I probably ate up a few minutes from the question answer time because Arjun's been showing red for a bit. So I'll start taking questions. I will be here until 6 o'clock. So you could ping me if you think it's too personal to ask in front of too many people. I could chat with you in private. But if you have any questions right now, I'd like to answer them for you. Oh my God. No questions means two things. Either I was so fantastic, you have no doubts at all, you're waiting for your first assignment, or you're like, I didn't get anything at all. Can we just like get done because I have attendance issues? Rajat's taking screenshots. Which one is this? Okay, Ramya. Hi.
Hi, Vanita. It's again a bubbly, interactive, and engaging session that you have given us. So my question is, somewhere there is this hesitation about networking, or I have been looking out for a team or for somebody who is passionate, who has growth mindset, and want to just do something in certain areas of my expertise. In what way can I utilize this platform to build that network or make more friends, or just find somebody that maybe I have been looking for?
All right. So I have to tell you that the reason why I stayed in Toastmasters is because of the friendships that I made. Every year, it has been a journey for me. The more I interact with people, the nicer a person I get to see. I've made my mistakes too, but that's the part of life. Now, if you are very clear about what kind of person that you're looking at, maybe you should start looking at the L.E.A.P group. I'm guessing that this is allowed at least for like an initial introduction bit. Talk to people about what kind are you looking at, what kind of like-minded folks that you're looking to connect at. But nothing happens without a cup of coffee. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but maybe tea. Nothing really happens without you spending that extra time to get to know people. So maybe use this, buddy up with that person for your CIC assignment. I'm sure your past president from your club can make some jugaad and get you that growth mindset person that you think might suit you the best. Have opportunities, create opportunities for yourself where you can work alongside them in the assignments that the district gives you. And maybe that's a good place to start. But my one request for everyone who's come here for networking, and trust me, I stayed back in Toastmasters for networking. I was already a comfortable speaker. I won't say confident. So the reason why I stayed is because I met a lot of people and I liked a lot of people that I met. And so I'm continuing to do things in Toastmasters. So go ahead and do that, but keep the main thing the main thing. You are here for becoming a leader. Yes, it's an integral part. Networking is an integral part. The connections that you make, I can see like it changes a lot of things tremendously. But if you are meant to do like a task for an assignment for the club growth office, then do that. Don't network at the cost of not doing that. That's my one tip for anybody who wants to venture out and just explore friendships or connections through Toastmasters. Why not? Does that help you a little bit, Ramya?
Definitely. And
when you find your person, ping and tell me who that has become. Okay.
I've already found a lot of people here. Maybe it's like you said, you're just spending some more time. So all these days it has been only about meetings and Toastmaster related discussions. So this also is a great opportunity, like to build leadership skills. And so
I've said this a lot of times at relevant situations. I have gotten more things from Toastmasters at the after parties than the actual meetings. I'm just going to leave it there, right there. My club meetings, everybody says I go so regularly is because even if I go in the middle of the club meeting, I would stay at the end, because in the end, in my club, we would like dance, we would play damsharads. We had like a couple of people who play the instrument. So there's always like a party. My next meeting will always be scheduled half an hour after my meeting ends because I have such a great time with my Toastmaster members. One of the reasons why I survived COVID, amongst many other things that was working for me, was that Toastmaster community that I could just log in and complain about the exact same thing that everyone was complaining about. How are we supposed to raise kids at home, cook, clean, and do a full-time job? I had a lot of people to rant with me. So I'm just saying, like, different reasons why we join Toastmasters, but different reasons why we stay at Toastmasters. Keep exploring and keep making those connections, but be authentic with them, no matter who it is.
Absolutely. Thank you.
One more question, maybe. Okay, Deep, hi. I like it.
Hi, Vanita.
Awesome evening for me. Seems like it's an awesome evening for me all the way. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for such a motivational session. I remember your session when you came to our club. That was also too motivational. I know that you were in the technical part, and now you have shifted to the human resource in the HR one. But I would like to ask you one thing: that what is your best learning in the leadership moment? And
Okay, I don't have one story. I've had different stories during different phases. There's been a point where I thought everything I'll do, I don't need people. Nobody does it as good as I do. I've been that arrogant. And then I've realized over a period of time, if I need to manage bigger things, then I need to start trusting people. So just the fact about being able to delegate or work with people to get work done has been something for me at one point. Another point has been when when I ventured a lot more into coaching and mentoring, I realized that while mentoring is fabulous, I found like great things for myself. I discovered like completely different personalities within me thanks to mentoring that I found inside of Toastmasters and outside. I've also learned some hard lessons at mentoring, which is you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot drink instead of the horse. My father would say this proverb like so many times, and it never resonated with me all my years of growing up. But somehow suddenly I'm mentoring in Toastmasters. I mean, you call me and ask me for advice, and you don't take any of it. That is something that I've learned because it keeps me really humble, right? Like what is in it for you? So the mentoring aspect is just that you can only give your best, but just because it doesn't fit someone's version doesn't mean make you any less of a mentor. Is something that I've learned in this journey. The same concept is very valid for managing teams also. If you're a team manager, you'll know exactly that you can only give advice, but whether they take it or not is totally left to them. So I've had different leadership learnings during the course of my journey, but these are the two things that I could immediately think of. Does that help anyway? Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Fantastic. Any other questions? Okay, Tanuja, I would like to see your real face as well, but
yeah, sure.
okay.
Yeah, this is me.
Okay.
Hi.
So much critical. Why do you have an avatar?
Well, I'll tell you why the avatar, because I am from the media and entertainment industry. So our companies makes this kind of an avatar products. So definitely I would like to fund this and show like what's our creations are.
Okay. All right. It doesn't hurt to do a little bit of promotions anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, thank you so much for the session. It just motivated me. I can relate more with you because I was the one who was pushed to the Toastmaster. Still today, if I am in the Toastmaster, I make sure that, okay, while in table topic or anything, they don't call out my name, but accidentally, definitely they call out my name and ask me to speak for 2 to 3 minutes. And they just put me on a highlight. I mean, I don't know why it happens. So my question to is, I heard that at the start of your introduction, Nitisha says that you have tried all the roles in the ESCOM roles in the Toastmaster. So I'm just wondering, like, how did you manage? Because me serving as a club secretary, I am a bit tired because taking the MOM every time in the meeting, and that's also a part of my job. Every time I do the MOM. So day in and day out, I just collect MOM, MOM. So I just wanted to know like what motivated you to take all the ESCOM roles so that I can also give it a try and I can get inspired.
Okay, I'll have to be honest with you and tell you this because one of the reasons why I tried all 7, it started like a game between me and Arjun Sundaraj. And we kept telling, oh, you've not done this role. Oh, I've done this role. Oh, let me go and sign up for this role at my club. It really started off as a silly something, just having all the check boxes done at Toastmasters. But when I took up the roles at the club level, for me, every term that I was in the ExCom meant that I had a voice. I had the opportunity to change something for the club by my contribution. I was, you should actually go back and see. I'm not even making a joke out of this. I used to make gold color posters in my first time as VPPR. Okay, now gold color, by now all of you are somewhat familiar with brand compliance and everything. I would make the flashiest of posters with fonts that Toastmasters International will literally, if they had an option, they would just take down that entire social media handle. I was that bad at it. But I realized I never had made a poster. Now, for even Navaratri, that I don't call, like I'm calling only my sister and my father, I still make a poster. And I make sure it's brand compliant, even with the things that we do, like a party that I'm calling out, people. So for me, I have always used Toastmasters as a practice ground. This is my trying and testing place. For me, being in XCOM literally did that. I am horrible at managing budgets. I took a pressure role to be accountable for money. When I did the Excel sheet there, I would do an Excel sheet. I actually have personal budgets for me. I would see where we're overspending, the same thing that I used to do at the club. The other favorite role of mine at the club level was VP membership. You have no idea about Toastmasters. You join in as a guest. How do I make you believe that Toastmasters has something for you to convert? So various roles. While I say VP membership was my favorite role, and same thing in the trio also, CGD was my most favorite role to play at the district level. I felt like the one that connects everyone together has been the vice president education role. President is just there, okay? Like I'm sure all of you are either president or been president or going to root for president. President is just that overall person who oversees, but everyone else does the work. If they don't do the work, that's when you really step in. But VP education is like the make or break in any year, is what I feel. Now, the first time I was president, and I'm sorry I'm taking so much time to answer this one question, I was literally Hitler. Okay, this was 6 years ago. 5 a.m. I would wake up. 5:30, my entire XCOM will have things to do. Okay, and I'd be up and about at 6:30. I will check in at 3:30 at the end of my shift, and then have calls with them at like late night. Okay, that was my routine. And I don't know why I even said Hitler, but that is how I felt that I was as a leader starting. A year from there, when I took up president again. So it's like 7 times just once, but I've done several roles again and again. I've lost track of the number of times I've done a club officer role. In about 2 years' time, when I did the president role again, I felt a completely different me now looking at the things that was required for the club. And last year, when I was club president for an advanced club, the ways that we wanted to bring in initiatives completely changed. For me, every single time I'm taking up the club officer role, it's like giving me a platform to just become a better version of myself. So there's a very selfish motive in wanting to serve, while I get access to make decisions, while I get access to work with people, because all kinds of difficult people you'll see in Toastmasters also, correct? And if I can afford to make the mistakes with people here at Toastmasters, I will make lesser mistakes managing teams. So right now in my teams, when I asked for an opinion, everybody listens because I know that I have only 2 minutes to present my pitch. I need to make sure that the most sensible things come out in the 2 minutes. I know that it doesn't take one person to agree. It needs to be an entire team. So I've spent that time talking to the team. And these are some things that I've picked up from Toastmasters to become better in the jobs that I do. And that's why I take up like the club officer role. Again, a club officer role is just an opportunity for you to have that bias for action attitude. If you present yourself with that opportunity, please take it up. And for Mike and anyone else who's very new in Toastmasters, I've never done it, start with secretary role. Taking that MOM and doing it religiously, meeting after meeting, will definitely make you realize how important it is to have discipline in the things that you do. For me, secretary role was about bringing discipline, not just to the meeting, but to my time and my alignment of things as well. And that's one recommendation that I'd have for anyone who's thinking about a club officer role. And take a break and do it after a few more years, same role, and see how different you do it this time with a different set of people, because that's where the real transformation you as a leader, you will be able to experience. Tanuja, all good? Go back to your avatar. We'll see a little more of your emotional.
Sure. Yeah, all good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions? Fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. I will be getting notes from Rajat and Nitasha on how you are with your assignments. And I will be seeing you at your closest division meets or the district conference for sure. I wish you a very fulfilling journey of getting your hands dirty with Toastmasters leadership. All the very best. Remember, you're already the chosen ones. All it now needs is a bias for action. Congratulations on your appointment, and I hope you have a great time with LEAP program. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vanita, for that. I don't know what to call anymore. Any education session that is taken by Vanita, it is a new experience in itself. Even if she is talking on the same topic, it is indeed an experience in itself. And what a way to kickstart LEAP 1.0 with none other than our past district director. Thank you so much, Vanita, for setting aside the time. I know you have your home club meeting going on side. I know you have to leave for that. Still, you made the time for this. Thank you so much, Vanita. If anyone has any clarification that you need from Vanita, please feel free to ping her anytime. All right. So what a learning experience that we had in the past almost 1 hour, I guess, including the question answer session. All right. So now next item in the agenda, it's a small network activity that we are planning. So it is with an objective of breaking the ice with your fellow leapers. Now we can't expect, we have 55 leapers here. We can't expect to call everyone and speak for 1 minute, introduce yourself. That will start getting mundane. So we have planned a little bit of something. So listen carefully. I will explain the rules and regulations that is to be followed so that we can wind this up in and around the next 30 minutes. Now, I will divide all the 55 leapers into 11 teams. That is 5 leapers in one group. I will put each team in separate breakout rooms. 11 teams, 11 breakout rooms. In one breakout room, there will be 5 people. After you are in your breakout room, before that, I will give you a topic. And everyone in the breakout room has to go around and has to speak on that topic for 1 minute. All right. 1 minute is the time allotted. Don't go beyond that. Now, the topic is pretty much open topic, something that is designed to get your views about certain qualities that you need to have as a Toastmaster, as well as a leaper. Okay. And you can go in a round robin fashion. After one person has finished their 1 minute, the next person can start speaking, then the next person, then the next person, until 5 people have spoken. If one of you can act as a timer during that session, it will be great. Either you can show the cards or you can just let the other speaker know that, listen, your 1 minute is up. We will go like this in 3 rounds. Okay. So after you've spoken up, after everyone in one group has spoken for 1 minute, come back to the main session. Then we will make you into another team. Okay. The next 4 members will be different people. It won't be the same people that you were in the first group. The purpose here is that to interact with as many different people as you can out of the 55 people. Okay. And in the second round, I'll again allot you into your breakout rooms. I will give you another topic to speak upon. Go in the same fashion, speak for 1 minute. Again, come back, and then you will do one more final round. I will allot you into another team of 4 people. I'll give you a third topic, speak on it for 1 minute, and then you come back. Okay. Each round, I'm roughly calculating around 8 minutes per round. So after the end of 8 minutes, I will automatically close the breakout rooms. We won't wait for you to come back to the main session. I will automatically close the breakout room so that there won't be any unnecessary delays. If you feel like within 6 minutes you have spoken everything, you have 2 options. Either you can come back to the main session or you can just socialize there till I close the breakout rooms from here. All right. Is there any doubt, any clarification that you want from my side? Is there any areas of confusion? I hope all the leapers are actively attending the meeting. Okay. All right. So now I will get in the process of opening the breakout rooms. I already have designed the teams in such a way that no two persons will be in the same team for the 3 rounds. So just wait 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Natasha, you can maybe network a bit.
Believe me, Rajat has worked really hard on working on these teams. 3 teams, 3 different teams with different 3 different groups of networking sessions with different sets of people. It just take a guess, roll the dice and figure out how much time he spent in figuring that out. He's got a whole Excel sheet on first batch, what are the 11 teams, second batch, which are the 11 teams. Not an easy task at all. Now, you're going to be, please make sure that everybody just open up your heart and speak. It's only between the 5 of you. And we are not going to be peeping in, maybe in and out between me, Arjun, and Rajat. We'll probably be leaping into from one room to the other. Okay. Maybe we can take a couple of pictures while that's happening, or no, will that distract Rajat from his?
Oh, it's fine.
Can I request everyone to come on camera?
Make sure to take the other 2 pages as well, because
Yes, yes, absolutely. I know. Those of you, everybody, can you please come on camera? It'll be great if we can capture everyone. I get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 at a time in one screen. Okay, at the count, page 1. Nidhi, Harshita, Dilip, Shiny, if you're Jaideep, you're missing on camera in my screen. Yes, there we go. Shiny, if you're around. You don't get this opportunity over and over again to be on the same page as Vanita in a picture, and at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1 second. Smile, everyone. Super. Wait, I have to remember to post it. Okay. Wait, page 2. Gautam, I don't have you on camera. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep smiling. All 61 of you keep smiling because you don't know which page you are in on my screen, right? Okay, I got the second screen. Keep smiling, and just the last couple of seconds. I don't have Nisha, Vanita, Rajeshwari, Nisha, and Bhumika on the camera. Last count. 1. There's Rajeshwari, Vanita, Bhumika, Nisha. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep smiling. There we go. Thank you. I think I've got everybody.
Now I know how the groom and the bride feels about smiling for every picture after a wedding.
You don't know until you've been there, Rajat.
I don't know right
You
now.
remember what NM sir said in the beginning?
I'll share the experience after I get that experience.
Yeah, you don't know what it is like to be on that stage.
Poor Natasha, she had a very rough experience, I feel.
Says who? Okay. Rajat, you need help with anything?
No, just the boring administrative work. I'm sorry, this is taking a bit too much time, but I believe we have time at our disposal today. Almost.
Arjun's already sent a little warning. We're running over time, but as per the agenda, I'm hoping everybody blocked the time slot from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We'd kind of given a heads up. It's going to be a 2.5, 3-hour session. So, okay. Just share the pictures. In the meanwhile, you can keep sharing your selfies. You know, the assignment that Vanita had given. We can continue that exercise on the WhatsApp group. I'm pretty sure we have many more to share their shining moments. Do that on the WhatsApp groups, sorry.
Seeing all this, I feel we should have had an offline club, these badges and all.
Hmm.
I hope everyone is actively in the meeting because it's a great opportunity. Like, unlike those who just leave their phone and go away.
No, I got almost everyone on camera, Rajat.
Very good.
And those who could not, they actually pinged me to say that they're not able to come on camera. So all 58 are active, even though they may be behind the camera.
Okay, I'm pretty much done. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I've assigned everyone to their rooms right now. I'll be opening the room and you'll probably get a request to join the room. Okay. So I'm opening the room. Yes, I've opened the rooms. You might have gotten invites. Okay. Has everyone gone? Mike, Surya, Pradeep, Gokul, Gautam, Meenakshi, Nidhi.
That was an intense exercise, Rajat.
Pradeep is okay.
Pradeep is and Gautam. Did you give them the topic already?
No, I'll send a broadcast message.
Okay.
Record rooms. Okay, broadcast message. Topic. What was the topic? Okay.
Who are still left?
Gautam and Meenakshi are still here.
Make Hari and Gokul as co-hosts. If they want to, they also can shift from one room to the other.
Okay, I've broadcasted the topic.
Meenakshi lost a connection on this thing and she's joining in another.
Sorry, what was that, Hari?
I think Meenakshi.
Yeah, Kohli completed his foreign intro.
The others are not keeping to the time limit, looks like. They're speaking for more than a minute.
I think we can get them by default after the
we
timer.
Can bring them back. We can bring them
otherwise,
back.
Yeah, we should. The timer can be set like that. Yeah.
Close.
It'll close in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, I think everyone is here. Okay. So how was it? Like a little bit of a refreshment, I guess. Maybe learning a different perspectives of leadership from everyone. So I'll just reshuffle the team. Maybe we can go for one more round since we are running a little bit behind the schedule. As per the agenda, we should have started the CGD session now. So we'll just go for one more round. I know it's a bit taxing and I didn't expect I will take this much time to create the breakout rooms in the first place. On the side note, Virat Kohli scored his 49th century, equaled with Sachin Tendulkar. Just a small update. I just heard my mom screaming from downstairs, so I thought, okay.
So those of you who are here in the India jersey, thank you for all. Hey, Gautam. Gautam actually went and changed and got into the India jersey.
Yes.
I think we really owe it to Rajat. We should be so patient with him. The meticulously planned breakout rooms and the way he's actually putting it in order is so awesome.
But
So
I
happy
didn't
to carry on that patience, Rajat, for the amount of work that you're putting into creating that. Thanks for that.
I, I didn't actually foresee this problem coming, the fact of creating the breakout rooms, but I think the patience is worth it, I feel.
It is totally.
So I have a request for the efforts that Rajat has put in as well. So after the session concludes today, we'll spend about 5 to 10 more minutes if everyone is okay, and then we'll get into the third opportunity also that we have into networking, that he has created the groups. So if everyone is okay, we can do that as well after these sessions are done, after this particular workshop is completed today.
Thanks for that, Arjun, because that will give me a chance to take the third round of attendance.
I've been taking attendance in between, so
Yeah, so
after the meeting, I'll just put everything in my Excel sheet and see who all are there for how long. Yes, attendance is very much important for L.E.A.P program, if not already mentioned.
I agree with Rajat efforts. The why I'm agreeing with that. So last time when I was doing the PQD sessions, webinar session, that time I was doing the breakout rooms management, and it messed up. And to correct it back, it take some time. And I agree with that. It's not so easy to allocate all those members in one go. And other members will see that in the previously that why these people are doing breakout rooms. I was not understanding when I was actually was doing in the PQD webinar team. I got surprised, and a lot of efforts is required and patience is required.
You would have guessed, but that by now Zoom would have deployed AI tools to do random allocation using Zoom. Because it's one of the most widely used training tools. With all the talk of AI, this is probably the smallest problem they could solve.
I'm pretty sure that is underway as well, in fact.
I really hope that will come soon. Is it already here though?
I don't think we have an AI companion only for taking notes or assistance and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was just wondering if all of the members are pan India or like from southern, along from South India, or just checking, curious to know.
In all district 121.
121, one district.
One district.
One district. So
Hashtag one district. Go for it, Arjun.
perfect. But we all are in different parts of India right now. I think it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of them are in different parts of the world also.
Yes,
Oh,
NM sir.
okay.
I think. NM sir is like boasting, the places that we met. I'm so jealous of him actually. Who all are outside the country right now? Anyone outside the country? No one is outside the country. Okay.
I think Shiny has joined from.
Possibly. Shiny, maybe, yeah.
Well, if this would have been happen tomorrow, then definitely, because tonight is my flight for US.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll give you the topic right now so that you can gather your thoughts and you can, after getting in the breakout room, you can talk about it. Okay, the topic is, this is one thing Natasha suggested. I found it very good. What is the one thing about you outside of Toastmasters that you want others to know? What is one thing about you outside of Toastmasters that you would want others to know? Okay, just ponder over this topic, and in the next 2 minutes, I will assign you to your breakout rooms.
How many of you had your own home club meeting today? And this is like your second Toastmasters event for the day. Okay, Akriti. Arjun, though I don't know how many Toastmaster events he's attended.
I cancelled one Toastmaster meeting for this. We are
Yeah.
one.
Plus
You are
one.
one. Who's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, we
Ridhima.
are there.
Ridhima, Arjun. Okay, Sriram.
Arjun, yes, Ridhima.
Sriram had a meeting this morning. Who else? I had a meeting this morning. I know Ruhi had one. Anybody else who's had like a dose of Toastmasters before the LEAP program? No. So very few Sunday clubs here, huh?
We'll start up more Sunday clubs then.
Yeah, good idea.
Come on, Arjun.
Not during leap time.
CJ, no, maybe that's giving us ideas to make that one of the LEAP assignments. CGD team is
Start one
listening.
club with the leapers itself, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Arjun.
We should start one club with just the leapers itself.
Yes.
Yes. Strong membership of 55.
I swear.
Wow.
Advanced Leap Club.
I have bunked my classes. Pradyumna has bunked his class.
What class, Pradumna?
What class do you have on Sunday? Sunday school?
Class.
Sorry?
M.Tech.
Not able to.
M.Tech.
If you can keep a club which meets at 5 a.m. on Sundays, you'll really know who the leaders are.
5 a.m.
So why 5 a.m.? Let's meet at 11 p.m. in the night.
That I can do, but 5
That
a.m.
is
I
okay.
cannot do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I slept at 5 a.m. today morning.
Yeah. No, so let's make it 70 hours per week.
Yes.
That's
shout
the
out
meme.
Shout out to Narayana Murthy.
Yeah, oh, sorry, we are not saying any names here. We just say 70 hours per week. That's it.
Everybody is so seriously thinking about the question. I wonder what they're going to share now.
Probably most of them have forgotten the question. I may have to repeat it once again.
That's okay. We'll put it on the group.
Yes.
See, one person actually says that. Nidhi says that.
See, I love such honest people. He's just being honest. I mean, what is wrong with that?
Yeah.
Okay, just one more room remaining.
One of the groups I went to, they half the time half time had passed, and this we don't even know what the question is. We're introducing ourselves. At least Toastmasters always find something to talk about.
Yeah, so there is something called as virtual lunch in our office. So we all work remote. The entire team is remote. And so virtual lunch every once in a month we meet. And so I started with some games and then I ran out of ideas and I started giving topics.
Okay.
Table topics during lunch.
Yeah. I mean, that's also going well with lunch and table. So I thought, okay, fine, let's go with table topics. I had this spinning wheel and which I use for the meetings, and then I started doing that. Apparently, I'm enjoying it.
Wow.
Great way to bring Toastmasters to outside of Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Okay, the rooms are ready. Okay, the rooms are ready. So the topic once again is, what do you want others to know about you? Oh, 1 second, I forgot the topic. Okay, what is the one thing about you outside of Toastmasters that you want others to know? One thing about you outside Toastmasters that you want others to know. I'm a human being. I also forget topics. Okay, so I'll open the rooms right now. You will get the request. Lola, like in 7 minutes, I'll close the rooms. Okay, here you go. I love how the screen goes crazy when everyone just leaves into breakout rooms. Oh, this is one obstacle I did not see coming, it's not time for creating the breakout rooms.
I was also wondering how you proposed to do that so fast when you were explaining what is going to be done.
This was a suggestion by Vanita, actually. The speed networking.
Excellent idea. Only thing is that when you were explaining it, I was wondering how you were going to do it actually. I was just wondering if there is any new update which enables us to keep the breakout rooms in a
Even I didn't foresee this coming. A new learning experience anyhow. Just 1 second, I'm taking a call.
My Zoom crashed, and I think I didn't move to a breakout room.
You have an invite there somewhere? No, probably you are in a new system. Let Rajat return 1 sec.
I also had a Zoom issue and got crashed out. Just returned back. So can someone tell me what's happening?
Rajat, can you push Ridhima and Shiny, both of them into new rooms? I think they are in new devices.
I do. I'm using the same phone actually, not a new device, but still I don't get that invite.
The problem is you are seen twice, probably one login and second login.
Oh. Did someone add me to the breakout room?
No.
Hari, if required, you may drop off. I think I'll be able to manage. You're on mute right now.
You reached home?
Yeah, I have.
Wonderful. In that case, shall I take leave, Rajat, so that Gokul will take it over?
Gokul will take it over. If that is the case, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, Gokul, to put you in this.
No problem, Hari.
Just rush and come.
Okay.
Count is increasing.
I'm just thinking Rajat must be feeling. It didn't take even so long for him to create the groups and we are back. It's
I
like
know.
waiting for a nice meal that you order in 20 minutes and then push, it's over in a jiffy. It's like that.
He did the job
Thank
well.
you for the effort.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This is one obstacle which I didn't foresee, but that is the experience. I mean, that is why we are all here, to try and fail, like Vanita mentioned, and learn from it. Okay, I believe everyone is here. Just 1 second. The CGD has to do something.
Should we take a 5-minute bio break, Rajat?
I mean, depends. Does anyone need a 5 minutes bio break? Arjun, what do you think?
55 people will not raise their hand.
It is better we continue and finish it up as soon as possible. You know, it's already 6:35. I have another meeting to attend.
Yeah, I think many people might have 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it is better to
meetings.
finish it as soon as possible
Okay.
rather than taking a break now.
Okay, understood. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I believe that at least some of the leapers here are not strangers anymore to you. At least some of them are, someone you broke the ice with. The next time you interact with them, it will be a much more familiar experience, I feel. You have the next 6 months, everyone, all the 55, all to yourself. It'll be a great experience. Moving on to the next item in the agenda is your first real assignment, I would say. And to talk more about that, we have this amazing personality, someone who I relentlessly run behind, not only for help, but also to make fun of. He is the Club Growth Director of District 121, one of the most hardworking and disciplined person I've ever seen. And the greatest thing is that both of us are of the same age. Okay. But discipline, he is this, and I am like, okay, scratching the surface. That is the amount of learnings that this fine gentleman has learned from here, taken the opportunity of Toastmasters and transformed himself to this wonderful human being, a wonderful leader, a wonderful speaker. Distinguished Toastmaster Gokul, this is the only platform where I'll appreciate you. Okay, so take it all in while you can. On that note, let me invite the Club Growth Director of District 121, Distinguished Toastmaster Gokul P. Menon. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rajat. I just remembered the last time Rajat and I went out to have food, it was Rajat who paid. I did not pay my share to him. So this is his way of buttering me to remind me that I should probably pay him back with what I owe him. Wonderful job, Rajat. Absolute leadership skills that you just showcased, man. Amazed by it. But hello, hi, Leapas. So glad to see all of you this evening. I believe you had an amazing session in the breakout room, interacting with each other and getting to know each other better. I loved what Vanita said. This is where we get to make real friendships. And those friendships, those moments that we share with each other is what keeps us going forward. So glad to see you all here. Let me not keep you waiting because I'm sure all of you are waiting to take that evening snack post this session. and after concluding the same. So here is a quick update on what you're going to do in the next few months. Natasha and Rajat would have briefed you a little about this assignment that is waiting for you, right? All of you, the club incubate, the leapers, leap volunteers this year are going to be part of something called the club incubation program. Raise of hands. Have you ever heard about club incubation program before? Anyone who has raised hands? No raise of hands. I see Nidhi who has raised hands. Nidhi, Raj. Anyone else who has heard about club incubation program? Amazing. That gives me an opportunity to introduce this entire module to you for the very first time for most of you. And Rajat, could I request you to make me a co-host in between so that I have the center access? Amazing. Thank you so much, Rajat. What we are going to do in the next few minutes is to have a quick glance through club incubation program. Type yes in the chat box if you have felt, having attended multiple Toastmasters meetings, that there are some things that could be changed to make the meetings more attractive, that there are some things that if we introduce new to the club that could add a lot of value. Put yes in the chat box if you feel there are things like this. I see Jaren, Usha posting a yes, Dilip, Sabatini, Akriti, Sri Vaishnavi, Meenakshi, Pradyumna, Vishwanathan, Akhil, literally everyone. Shiny, thanks Shiny for posting that there. Sukanya, Bikash, Bhagya, literally every other person that is in the group has posted a yes there. This program is just that. That's how I'd like to cut it short. This program is just going to be that. It is a program that lets you suggest. Remember this word because we're going to come back to it. This is a program that will help you suggest changes that are required to take clubs that require support to greater heights. Let us dive more into it. But before that, let me take one moment before we start the session to acknowledge the Associate Club Growth Director of Club Quality, Distinguished Toastmaster Hariraj Madhav Rajedran, who was actually supposed to handle the session for you, but because of a personal emergency, he had to drop off. Thank you so much, Hari, for putting in the work and now having me do this on your behalf. The reason why I mentioned this is all the efforts have gone from his end, and I'm just the person who is introducing this to you. So let's all give a round of applause to Hariraj and then start the session, because that's something that we would require in terms of acknowledging efforts. A quick brief about Club Incubation Program. We categorize clubs based on the membership it has. Now, raise of hands, have you heard about the slogan which in District 121 we started when Arjun was the club growth director? There's a slogan called 30 is the new 20. Raise of hands if you have heard about this slogan. Yes, I see Sri Vaishnavi raising her hands, Sri Ram, Kartika, Shivdev, and a lot of others. Now, let me run you through the brief about why 30 is the new 20. If you need to conduct a meeting, a successful meeting, you would need, of course, the timer, our counter grammarian, your general evaluator, your Toastmaster of the day. Let's consider 3 speeches. In that case, 3 speakers, 3 evaluators, and at least put together 15 members who need to be active part of a meeting. If you look at general scenario, what do you expect in terms of number of members that turn up for a club meeting is around 50% of a club's actual membership. Taking this hypothesis into consideration, if there are 30 members, that is when 15 of them are expected to turn up or are likely to turn up. Now, this program that we have from District 121 helps you address those clubs that are not yet there, and that are the yellow and the green, as part of the green clubs that you see here. Which are the clubs that you're going to support? Now, a quick glance through what the program is. It is undertaken by experienced Toastmasters, and those are you, in 3 different aspects. 1, to improve the overall membership of the club. For instance, take a club that has 13 members all the way up to 30 members. This is the transformation that we could bring about. 2, remember this word that I mentioned earlier, suggest. And this is where it comes into effect. You're required to act as advisors for the club leadership for a specific period of time. And we'll come to that a little later in the next few slides. This is where you analyze what's happening in the club. And if you feel there is some change that you could make to that club to improve its meeting quality, to improve its attendance, the approach that the club undertakes, or in general, make a positive change that will go a long way in taking the club forward, this is where we as CIC volunteers, Club Incubation Program volunteers, go way about and help these clubs grow. And 3, this, once we implement properly, will help you improve the overall meeting experience of the club members. It's always about catering to the needs of the members. The what is in it for me of each and every member would be different. And how a club could approach that is what determines the success of the club. And you as the volunteers would suggest to the club as to what it could do to ensure that it is successful in what it aims to achieve. Here are the program regulations at a quick glance. Every club that needs to be part of a CIC program needs to nominate itself. And I'll come to the how to nominate part a little later. Please remember that any club that has over 13 or more members are the clubs that are eligible for the club incubation program. Any club between 3 to 12 members are eligible for something called a club coach program, but we'll dive into it a little later or maybe during another session based on the time that we have. But for the club incubation program, any club that has 13 or more members that needs help, that's the key word here, that needs help, these are the clubs that will go way out to support. Now, up to 2 volunteers, 2 club incubation program volunteers can be appointed for any club. That is to say, out of the 56 of you that are in the meeting today, 2 of you would be combined and assigned a club that you could support. Now, what are you expected to do when you are assigned? Analyze how things are functioning and suggest positive changes. Work with the club as their mentor, as their guide, as their friend to make that positive change. This is what you are expected to do in this appointment. It's a 5-month structured module that will help you strengthen your club, which means after the session, within a few days, each of you will receive an appointment. Of course, it will be consulted to you before appointment is made. But once the appointment is done, you are required to be part of the club's meetings for a span of at least 6 weeks together. You heard me right? Every week, if it's a weekly meeting club, you're required to be part of that club meeting to analyze and guide them with respect to how they could progress with their club meeting program. And when does this concludes? Concludes by the 30th of April 2024. And this is where you could ensure that with your support, with your guidance, that the club becomes distinguished or above. Here's a little more in detail. Now, what you're expected to do is to form something called an action plan. Now, I'll tell you a little more about this. Every club may have different challenges, right? For instance, a corporate club may have enough members, but the meeting quality is something that may have to be improved. There could be a community club that has amazing meetings that are going on, but requires support with respect to a few more members that are added. There could be another club meeting for which meetings are happening properly. They have good number of membership, somewhere around 14 to 15, but they need to bring in variety of club meetings, maybe outside of the club meetings, joint meetings for that matter, or a meeting at some external locations like a picnic for that matter, some variety that may have to be brought in. These are some things that you could suggest as part of your action plan. Now, once you form your action plan, you are expected to review it with your division director. Now, who would be your division director? The division director of the club that you are assigned to. That is to say, if it is a club from division A, you are expected to reach out to Bhavani, who is the Division A Director, work on that action plan along with the club quality associate club growth director Hariraj, and then implement that action plan during the appointment period. This is where you get an idea and you communicate to them as to what your action plan is, and then take their consent, because they would have worked with the club over the last 4.5 months, and they would know first-hand information about what happened in the club all throughout and what would work. So with of course, by consulting them, you can arrive at a module that will help you implement what is actually required for the club at the ground level, and thus take the club to greater heights. This third point is what I had mentioned earlier. You're required to take part at least 6 continuous meetings during your period of appointment, which will be tracked by the respective division director and of course your lead chair and co-chair here. And monthly reports, a report showing how the club is progressing. If you require any additional support from the division directors or from the club growth directors team, this is something that you could let us know through the monthly reports, details of which would be shared later. What are the recognitions that are in offer? Every club that is successful under the club incubation program shall receive something called the Avengers citation. But there is one additional clause to this. This club should achieve at least 1 DCP point from member addition. This is one clause that we have added here. I understand many of you have not been club officers before, so I'll take an extra moment to address to you what DCP is, to run you through actual dashboard and help you understand how this could be taken forward. Now, individual recognition, this is what is very important here. If you are a club incubation volunteer, and if you take the club to distinguished status or above, each of you will receive an award, something called as a Club Incubation Champion Award. Here are some links that will help you approach the program in terms of how you could make use of it. And thank you so much to Hariraj once again for running us through the entire module from a club incubation program perspective. I'm 100% sure you have a lot of doubts that are in place. I'm only surprised if you don't have any doubts. So I'll quickly run you through something called the dashboard to help you understand a little bit more about the club incubation program. Just give me a moment while I open that. But in the meantime, could I request all of you to post your questions on the chat box if you have any specific queries that I could help you understand. So once you're sending your monthly reports as a response to the email that you receive, you could mark a copy of it to the lead coordinators, Natasha and Rajat, along with the district director, Arjun Sundarraj. I'll quickly show you the details of our club so that you'll be able to understand what we have been discussing so far. All righty. So introducing you to something called the club dashboard. How many of you like exams? Put in the chat box a yes or a no. If you like exams, and if you are a studious, that first bencher that all of us are scared of, at least I am scared of first benchers, that I know. Okay, many of them says no. Shrikanta says no. Mike says no. Sriram says. Sabatini says God no. Wonderful. Usha says no. Exams hate me, says Rajat. Wonderful. Ridhima asks a very interesting question. How is this different from the club coach program? In the meantime, Arjun shows me a red card. Wonderful. So this is where we run you through the club dashboard. This is a club's exam paper. Not an exam paper, but a report card. It shows us how well the club has performed. A total of 10 marks is what is allotted in total for the entire exam. And how many marks out of this 10 that a club achieves decides whether it has passed or failed. It's as simple as this. The minimum pass marks for a club is 5 out of the 10. And if we achieve 5 DCP points, keeping the membership goal in place, which is at least 20 members or base plus 3. If the base is 20, either 20 plus 3 or minimum 20 itself. If it is a club that has a base of 15 members, 15 plus 3, 18, or 20, whichever is lower, is the basic criteria. If you have that in place, and if the club achieves at least 5 out of the 10 points, the club achieves something called the distinguished club title. If it achieves 7 DCP points, the select distinguished club title. And if it has 9 DCP points, the president's distinguished criteria title as such. Now, these are the different ways that the club is given those scores that I was referring to, points as it is called in the distinguished club program structure. If a club completes 4 level 1s, right? 4 is the goal. 4 level 1s, it achieves 1 whole point. If it has achieves 2 additional level 2s, 1 more point. 2 more level 2s, which makes it 4 level 2s in total, it achieves 3 DCP points altogether. 2 level 3s will get it another DCP point. So all of this put together is what a club achieves in terms of distinguished club points. This is where the other criteria of membership addition is brought in. If the club adds 4 new members, it gets 1 DCP point. When you see a tick mark here and the same number written under 2 dates, this means the club has already achieved it. And the same about adding 4 more new members. So if you add a total of 8 new members, 4 plus 4 here, that'll get you 2 DCP points. And same about other criteria as well. So it is based on this points chart that you see here that determines the success of each and every club. And you, as the facilitators, as the guide, the advisors of the club, are expected to take the club to greater heights and help them achieve the distinguished status or more by implementing specific action plan that is required to be implemented for that club. I'll come to some queries here that were asked. I'll start with Ridhima's query. I already see a red card. Really sorry about that. How is this program different from the club coach program? Thank you for that question, Ridhima. Wonderful question indeed. The club coach program is for the clubs that have a membership between 3 and 12. Club incubation program is for clubs that have a membership of 13 or more. So that is in concise the answer to your specific question. Club incubation takes care of a little more aspects of how things could be taken forward, consultation with your district leaders, and a lot of other factors that come in. Now, I'll come to the next question. Shiny asks, does the club get a recognition point only if we get 4 members needed for DCP? Shiny, so the recognition program for the club, yes, the Avenger citation is where we have 1 DCP point, a membership recognition, membership requirement as part of DCP. If that box is checked, that is when the club will be eligible for the Avenger citation. Now, any more questions that I have missed, please do feel free to post in the chat.
Jaren had a question, Gokul.
Yeah.
It says, what if the club has physical meetings and I have location preference?
Wonderful question there, Jaren. This is where our L.E.A.P chairs and the club quality associate club group director will work with you to ensure that the clubs that you are appointed are clubs that you have access to in terms of your schedule, in terms of your availability. And if these are in-person on-site meetings that are happening, in terms of your availability to go there in person and support them. So this part will be taken care of in consultation with the L.E.A.P chair, Natasha, L.E.A.P co-chair Rajat, as well as the associate club growth director of club quality, Hariraj Madhav Rajendran, who will be leading the entire initiative for you. I hope that answers. Will we get DTM credits? The Ridhima, for this specific program per se, DTM credits may not be applicable, but trust me, when you become part of this program and you see that change that is happening at the club level, the happiness that you gain out of it, the warmth that you will feel from the club is much more than any DTM credit. That's what I personally observed. And through this program, the connect that I've been able to build with the club is something that I still cherish. So that's the answer to your query, Ridhima. But any query other than this, Raise of hands if you did not understand anything about it. I'm ready to accept that as an answer too, because this is too much jargon put in a PowerPoint presentation. Don't worry if you have any queries, please reach out to Hariraj or me. We are just a call or a ping away to help you answer your questions. I'm posting my details here on the chat box if you would like to reach out to me. And I'll ensure that I post this PowerPoint presentation in the chat box as well, so that after the chat box, as in our WhatsApp chat as well, so that after the session, you could go back, refer to it, and take points from it, if any. Any other questions that I could help you answer, Leapers? Eagerly waiting to hear your question. Tanuja, I love that virtual character that you have on screen. It moves left and right and really looks attractive when we see that on video. Any other questions, Leapers, that we could help you answer? Because if you ask those questions right away, that will help you a long way in terms of you actually playing the role of a club incubation program volunteer. Any questions? There is no question that is silly. There is no question that is less important. Please feel free to unmute and ask or post it in the chat box so that we could help you understand a little more about the club incubation program.
I have a question. So
Yes.
I think that I heard 2 volunteers will be assigned to one particular club. Is it like that?
That is right. That is right, Redima. You're absolutely right. I'll just
Rogil, I have a question. It's a club
Yes.
which has got more than 30 members and the club is running quite well. Does that club require any club incubation program?
So Ravindranji, I'll go back to that first slide which says a club must nominate itself for the club incubation program. Only if a club states that it requires help will the club incubation program volunteers be appointed there. So to answer your question, if a club that has 30 members or more actually feels that they do not require any support, which is ideally the case, we will not be appointing club incubation programs. That's the LEAPers as part of this initiative there. I hope I've answered your question.
The initiative has to come from the club, respective club.
Absolutely.
Right?
There's a form that tracks the request from these clubs.
There are some clubs, which has got, 13 members or less members. They are not coming forward for the club incubation program. It means we have to neglect them.
The clubs that have less than 13 members, you mentioned, Ravindraji?
13, less than 20, say less than 20 members. So the club is not running well. In such club, the club is not taking the initiative for the club incubation program. So in those cases, the division district officials do something.
So Ravindran, just to cut that short, I'm sure Arjun would also agree with me. Club is an individual entity in Toastmasters, just like the district. It is only when a club decides to seek for help that district is actually allowed to intervene in club business or help the club for that matter. Now, answering your specific question, only if the club requires, even for a club coach appointment, that is, and so about the club incubation program, only if the club requests will we have the respective volunteers, 2 of them appointed for that club to take the club forward. So that's an answer to your query, Ravindranji. Redima has another question. 2 volunteers will be assigned to a club. Yes, Redima. If yes, will they be from the same division? Since we need to consult the division director, how would it work out? So Redima, that depends on what type of club it is. For instance, if it's an on-site club based on a certain geography, yes, most of it will be from the same division itself. But if there is a flexibility of online meetings happening, it could be from other divisions as well, where the connects with division directors could also be virtual. The connects with division directors, even otherwise, could be virtual in terms of discussing your action plan or formulating it for that matter. So that aspect should be taken care of. Really sorry if my voice is cracking. I'm having a slight issue with my voice today, but I hope it is clear.
Bhagya here. Can I take a question?
Yes, please.
I just want to know the possibility of a club with less membership and thinking that there is no possibility of adding members, can the existing members be merged to any other club?
So your action plan, Bhagya ma'am, right there could involve or is expected to involve your findings from this specific appointment. Let's say if you feel that the club needs to be combined with another club for that matter, this is something that you could discuss along with your division director. If they have the same opinion, that is also something that could be worked out. In general, what we try to do through the club incubation program, because if you remember, club incubation program is for clubs that have 13 or more members. Ideally, these are clubs that we can revive by adding new members, by putting an action plan in place. These are not generally clubs that require to be merged. So that is a last option that we could consider. But your action plan could involve how we could add more members, how the programs could be made more interesting that would cater to the requirement of the members. And thus you could take the club forward. I have another question here from Jaren on the chat box. I guess consult with the division director of the club, not the Leapers club. Absolutely right, Jaren. The division director of the club that you are assigned to. If it is a club from Division A, you're expected to connect with the Division A director to review the action plan. If it's a club from Division J, the Division J director. It is not your home club's division director, but the club of which you are appointed to, the division director of that club is the person you need to consult to for your action plan.
Gokul,
Any
Vishwanath
addition?
has raised hand as well.
Yeah, Vishwanathan, please let.
Yeah, I had posted the query also in the chat box. The question was actually assuming, as you mentioned, if a club decides a request for a club incubation program, right? And let's say me being a part of the LEAP, if the club which I'm already part of an active member, can I choose as an advisor so that I can, considering I know the members and also the how the overall club is actually doing in terms of increasing the membership.
Thank you for that question, Vishwanath.
Also being a part of VP membership, for example, which
Got it.
I'm already, yeah.
Got it. So you actually answered your question. Now, as VP membership, there is no other choice that is given to you than to add members to that club. And your appointment in club incubation program, or for that matter, as clearly outlined in the club coach program too, will be not your home club, but another club that is outside of that. So I hope that answers your query. But please let us know if you require any specific help with respect to your home club as well, and we'll have that catered to.
Sure, thank you.
I just want to share a different perspective also about what Vishwanath was asking. Let's look at it this way. You're a member of that particular club. You already know the dynamics and demographics of the things that are happening there. Now, if you're appointed as an advisor, what new learning will you have as an advisor, as a person who's working on the leadership skills? So that is exactly the reason why you will not be appointed as an advisor for your own home club, but a different club. Another advisor would be appointed for your club in case that your club has raised a request per se. All right. So that is from the learning perspective of the leapers.
Sure. I was just only asking if I can play along with what is being assigned to. Even I can apply the same thing in the home club as well. So it's like playing a dual role. I know because your aim is to increase the membership in your own home club, which comes under that bucket of amber and green lane, right? Specifically. So I was just looking at that so that it is easier to coordinate. And as you know, most of the club officers. Yeah. Thank you for that clarification.
I'll just add one more point over here, Vishwanath. Now, although you might be a leaper wherein from a club that has requested for a club incubation program and another advisor is appointed as well, right? Now, this is an experience that that particular advisor would be going through, correct? So you can collaborate. There is nothing to worry and things like that. At the same point in time, you would need to also look at the point of view wherein it's an experience for this particular individual. So I would suggest it's more of a collaborative environment that you bring in. when you're working with the advisors, and look at it from the club officer point of view or a club member's point of view. So when you're discussing your activities with that particular individual, with the advisor, then it's the perspective that you take as a club member. So you got to play a dual role there. So
Right.
that's something that we got to keep in mind if
Definitely.
our own club has requested for the club incubation program. Back to you, Gokul.
Thank you so much, Arjun.
Thank you.
Beautifully answers the query that Vishwanath was asking. I have two more questions in the chat.
Can I also just add to Vishwanath, because this is happening in my home club also, which is applied for the CIC program. And I think it would be very refreshing to bring in an outside perspective also. There's only so much we have been trying. It's not that we're not, but bringing in somebody else's expertise, experience, perspective of an outsider's viewpoint, I think will also help when you have someone else from outside work with you in the club.
Thank you so much, Natasha, again for clarifying that part specifically. That in a very small words tells us how beautiful a program club incubation program is and how it could benefit the clubs to take it to greater heights. I have two more questions in the chat box, and one is a very interesting question from the club growth director of Division E, Sriram Balaji, who asks, how many clubs are there in District 121? How many clubs have less than 20 members? How many clubs have 13 members? And Arjun has answered it right there. Arjun, you stole my chance. I had the dashboard link pinged right there and I was about to press enter. Sriram, this is an assignment for you. I would want you to come back, or not come back to me, but post it in the L.E.A.P group as to how many clubs are there in District 121, how many clubs have 20 members or less, and how many clubs specifically have 13 members or less. So all of us are waiting to hear from Sriram tonight the answer for these three questions that he asked today. Sriram, all that you need to do is to go to the dashboard and download the file as a CSV file, filter it, and that's your answer to this question. Pradyumna asks the question, would we be assigned to clubs within our district or other districts too? For the time being, club incubation program is for clubs in District 121, Pradyumna, and this entire appointment will be within the district itself. Amazing.
Meena has raised the hand as well, Gokul.
Yes, Meena.
I have a question regarding action plan. Do we have a template? For instance, if a club needs only educational goals to be met, so that we can have our action plan derived out of a template.
Wonderful question there, Meena. Yes, the club quality associate club growth director will help you with a brief idea as to how this could be structured. But going right there, the template may not be precise for the specific club, but yes, you will receive a template with which you could start planning the entire program. Now, you are also expected to share something called a monthly progress report, which is also another template which Hariraj will work with you to take forward. So each and every month, once you take part in the 4 or the 2 meetings that the club has planned during the specific month, you're expected to submit a report to the division director along with a copy to the club growth director's office as well as the district director on how things have been progressing and what are the changes that are required at this stage to take the club to greater heights, or those modifications that may have to be considered based on the results of the action plan that we have implemented. That is something that we look into. To answer your question in short, Meena, yes, we will have a template with which we can formulate our action plan.
Thank you.
No worries. Any other questions, Leapas? If no other questions, I'm sure I'm way past my red card. Thank you so much, Natasha and Rajat, for giving the Club Growth Director's Office an opportunity to present and have the volunteers of L.E.A.P program take care of the entire program this year for District 121. And my special thank you also goes to our Associate Club Growth Director of Club Quality, Hariraj Madhav Rajendran, whose show I stole today because he was the one who put in all the efforts to ensure that things are in place that we saw here today. Thank you so much, Leapers. Looking forward to connect with you. Looking forward to share your experiences in terms of how we could build it further. I'm just a ping or a call away or an email away. You have my credentials right there in the chat box. Please feel free to reach out. Let's connect and grow beyond boundaries. Thank you so much, Rajat. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Gokul, for that very comprehensive and meticulous presentation of the first assignment of LEAPers, that is the Club Incubation Program. Pretty sure everyone will take this seriously, and please, me, Natasha, Arjun, Gokul are just one text away if you have any queries that is to be, to be cleared from your point of view. Now I will pass the virtual stage back to the LEAP chair, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha, for the closing remarks as well as a small address, I believe. Over to you, Natasha.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Rajat. And big thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Gokul, our Club Growth Director, for so eloquently introducing the Club Incubation Program. Yes, that is the first assignment, the biggest assignment, the longest duration assignment, and an assignment where the learning is going to be huge. So the details of, yes, I know it is a little overwhelming. We're almost at the end of the session. You all have been, no, I don't want a spotlight, please. You have been very patiently sitting with us for the last 2.5, almost 3 hours, and I'm so appreciative of that. So details of that, I know you still have a lot of questions on how the progress reports are to be filed. How do we get the assignment of the clubs? Those details will be, please stay connected on the WhatsApp group. The details of the clubs that you will be assigned to will be shared with you very soon. Along with the very first step. So the very first step, like just to quickly run you through, would be once you get a club, for example, if it is my own home club, if one of you is assigned, 2 of you are assigned to this, which is the Awesome Toastmasters Club, you come in, you familiarize yourself, you start attending, you'll be given all details of day, time of the meeting. Is it an online meeting? Is it an offline meeting? That matchmaking will be done very efficiently by the CGD team, and of course we'll try to make the best fit possible. So you come in, you meet the club, you come and understand what are the problems, formulate your action plan, come back, submit a report. You may come back with more questions. I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure actually that there will be more questions. So this is something that will, the real action will start after your questions are answered, and that is why it is the longest duration of the question, because we are all here to set out to make a difference. Great leaders don't start by being great leaders. Great leaders are one who set out to make a difference, and that's what we're here to do. That being said, I did introduce in the beginning of the session when I was talking about the LEAP program that there would be some criteria for completion of the program. I talked about the leadership series, the workshops we would have, the assignments we would have. I promise you, I'm not going to overwhelm you with more information right now. It has already been a long time. And so we're going to we're kickstarting the program with the Club Incubation Program. There are 3 more assignments that have been envisioned, put together for the LEAP program. Assignments, Arjun, should I share the assignment now or is it too much? What do you think?
We'll share it in the next one, Natasha.
Yeah. So so the criteria for completion of the LEAP program, very broadly, like I said, there are 5 leadership sessions that we are envisioning for the next 6 months. The criteria for completion of the LEAP program would be to attend mandatorily attendance for 4 out of the 5 programs. There are 4 assignments that will be shared with you, of which you would need to complete 3 of the 4 assignments. The CIC assignment is something ideally we would like all our leapers to be part of. So besides that, there will be a choice of other assignment where you get to choose between the other assignments that will be given out to you. So for criteria for completion, once again, is attendance of the leadership series programs, which will be 4 out of 5. Today you've all scored 100% on attendance, and 3 out of the 4 assignments would need to be completed during the course of the 6 months that this program will run. Now, it is, like I said, the CIC program is the biggest, and Gokul has very eloquently spelled out a lot. We will come back. Yes, we will come back to answer your question. We will assign the CIC clubs to you in the next couple of days and help you get initiated, get started with the program. We will meet again on November 19th, which is also a Sunday. And I promise you, it will not be a 3-hour session. It will probably be a 75 to 90-minute session, mostly focused on answering your questions about your experience in getting started with the CIC program. And that is when we will also introduce you to the other 3 assignments that we will be setting out for you. We do not want to overwhelm you right now in one go. There's a lot to take in, and we really want you to feel excited about it and not overwhelmed about it, and definitely not anxious about it, because we're here to help you for your growth. Right, this is something that is we have envisioned for your empowerment, your excellence, and your growth. So we will come back on November 19th to share the rest of the assignments and answer any questions that you may have about the CIC program that will be initiated in the next couple of days. Details, of course, will be shared on the WhatsApp group, and there will also be emails that will be sent out to you for any process that we are going to, any communication that will be shared in the next couple of days. Yes, Meenakshi, you have a question?
I just wanted to make a request. If it is possible, can we have the November 19th session in the morning? Actually, I have puja at home.
Okay, I can connect with you offline, Meenakshi, and we can discuss that. We'll also need to discuss with the availability of the trainer and the rest of the LEAP team, because we've tentatively scheduled these LEAP sessions for Sundays afternoon, late afternoons like today's. But I promise you it will not be a long session. But
I mean, if
I'm
we
happy
can
to
wind
connect.
up by wind up by 4, that will be fine for me.
Sure.
After that, I will have to leave the session.
Sure, sure. Like I said, I can connect with you offline and we can discuss about the timings.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
But do appreciate we're 55 members here. It'll be very difficult to find a sweet spot for all 55. And once again, I'm so appreciative of all of you being here today. And most of you have stayed on till the end. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to the entire LEAP team that has been working together on this, starting with our district director, distinguished Toastmaster Arjun Sundaraj, and my co-chair Rajat Santosh, and of course the CGT team who helped us formulate this program to kickstart off today. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank each and every one of you for making it here and staying with us until the end of the program. Thank you so much. Let's leap together into success and leadership. Thank you once again. And with that, I would hand over the floor to Arjun for the final closing remarks.
No final closing remarks. All of you go back home, enjoy the rest of the Sunday. That's all I will tell you.
All right. Take care. Enjoy
Have
the
fun,
rest of the
people.
day.
Thank you for
Thank you
joining.
so
I hope this is going to be very useful.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank
Thank you all.
Those of you who have not put your selfies, please continue doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll end the meeting.
Thank you.
I'll end the meeting.
You can pause it.
No, I'm okay.